Well, authorities say conditions will be favourable for the launch of the Shenzhou-7. An analytical report from the Institute of Space Environment of the Chinese Academy of Sciences indicates that everything from the launch to the spacewalk can be carried out in a stable environment. In the coming week, the centre will release daily forecast reports to the headquarters on the Shenzhou-7 space mission. Now let's cross live now to my colleague Xu Zhaoqin, who's standing by in Gansu province, which is where we'll find the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. Xu Zhaoqin, welcome to the program. Now, according to some early reports, the launch time is getting closer. What can you tell us, and what's the latest from Gansu itself?
Good afternoon, James. I'm still on the roof of one of the workshops in the launch site, and behind me you can see that the rocket is still there. And this morning, the Chief Command Center of the launch site of the Shenzhou-7 manned space flight was having a meeting. Actually, the meeting is not over, and they are discussing the related issues of the rocket propellant servicing, filling. We know that yesterday afternoon the rocket experts submitted their report on the propeller servicing. Once that report is improved, the people in the launch site will soon start the propellant servicing to add fuel to the rocket together with the combustion supporting materials. Earlier today, the chief designer of the launch site system of the Shenzhou-7 manned space flight, Mr. Lu Jinrong, told me that they have made a number of improvements in the accuracy of the filling, and the accuracy is very important for Shenzhou-7 and the rocket, because we know that the entire weight of Shenzhou-7 together with the rocket is nearly 500 tons, and more than 90% of the weight is the fuel, is the propellant. And the accuracy of the propellant is very important, because any redundant fuel will put more weight on the rocket, and if the propellant is less than requirement, the rocket may not be able to push the spaceship into the orbit. Back to you, James.
Well, of course, the space mission has been years in the making, but over the past couple of days we've been hearing about some of the preparations involved for Shenzhou-7, including bringing water and food on board for the astronauts, and other measures including the joint check. So what else can you tell us about the preparation process?
All right. Actually, the propellant servicing is seen as the final process and also the most important process before the launch. Once the propellant is added, together with the combustion supporting materials is added to the rocket, the preparation of the launch will be entering an irreversible process. And now the launch site system will keep working until the final launch, and only one job for the rest of the systems is to maintain their current situation. And there will be some small adjustment, but mainly occurred in the system of the launch site system. Back to you.
Well, Zhaoqin, let's remind everybody it's lunchtime here in Beijing. There are two press conferences coming up from where you are in Gansu province, one at 2:30 p.m. and the other at 5:30 p.m. when the media will meet the three astronauts for the first time. So, what news are we going to learn of?
All right, this afternoon we're expecting for two more exciting things. One is a press conference organized by the Shenzhou-7 manned space flight command center at 14:30, where we have the latest news about the exact time for the launch of the Shenzhou-7, and then later this afternoon, around 5 or 5:30, will be sent to another meeting with the astronaut or the taikonauts. I don't know if we have any chance to talk to these people because they are all very well protected. but we're all looking forward to that, and all the press are looking forward to that. And one more news is that some foreign media have also arrived in the launch center, and this afternoon we'll be able to see all these foreign colleagues in the two press conference. Back to you.
Obviously, lots going on where you are in the Jiuquan's launch center in Gansu province. Let's talk about the weather now, because that's crucial to the timing of the launch itself. We've just heard in an earlier report that in the forecast from the Chinese Academy of Sciences that all is set to be fine, all the conditions are great for the launch, for the operation of the spacecraft itself, and of course this being the first spacewalk. So, what are the conditions like right now in Jiuquan? It looks like a very sunny and clear day behind you.
Okay, it's a bit windy this morning, but it should be the perfect weather at this time of the year in Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. The temperature, the lowest temperature in the night is about 10 degrees, and the at lunchtime it can be 19 or 20. Anyway, I can feel quite comfortable. And Mr. Lu Jinrong, the chief designer of the launch center, of the launch site system, told me earlier today that the weather here, at this moment is quite suitable for the launch. And yesterday evening, according to the local weather forecast, there was a bit rain, anyway shower, but it won't exert too much impact on the launch. And we'll later this afternoon, this evening, and tomorrow we'll keep inform you about the weather conditions here around the launch center. Back to you.
Thanks very much. That's my colleague Xi Zhaoqin, who joined us from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in Gansu Province. And to remind all of you here on CCTV, we'll be bringing you special coverage of two live press conferences at 2:30 p.m. Beijing time and 5:30 p.m. also local time. Let's move to another background story though, because the Beijing Aerospace Command and Control Center is the nerve center of China's manned space missions. Its main responsibility is flight control. It oversees every instruction sent from the ground up to the spacecraft, every set of data put into the computer, and every decision made at critical moments. It takes control of the spacecraft about 5 minutes after takeoff. As Li Xiang tells us now, the center is now ready for China's first ever spacewalk mission.